Hi, everyone. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. We're starting this a little bit early because Amy has tons of information. We've got to blow out of here a little bit early today. So wanted to get as much information to you as we can. We have a clear winner, although the media does not want you to know that. So we're going to roll that out for you. I'll be right back with the grief goddess, Amy Fulmer. Right after this, give us a like, share this video, get this information out there. Hi, Amy. Great to see you. Thanks so much for all the hard work that you've done. I know you've sent me links and links and links. We don't have a lot of time today, and I apologize for that. We're going to do as much as we can today and possibly do a part 2 maybe later this week, because I know you have some really special events this week and special guests coming. So where do you want to even start this week?
Well, listen, I just want to say thank you guys. And Lisa, no worries that in advance, we're going to have to do this show probably in part 1 and part 2. And God knows with the way the world is going, it may never end. But I, with Greg, we went to the Arizona Senate live hearing on site at the Senate. And I got to say, Arizona's got a beautiful Senate complex building. It's gorgeous. And being there in real life was a real eye opener. And so we've got some pictures. I've got the story of what my take is on what I saw. We have some data that kind of compiles it really nice and neat for you guys, because not a lot, but a few people have reached out to me and said, Amy, I'm really confused. MSN, the mainstream media is saying Biden won. Actually not true. So we're going to talk about that, which is fine. And then I wanted to start off the show, though, with something unpertaining to the audit. It's a heat map, Lisa, and it's this would actually be, let's go with slide 1. Okay. And I want you guys to see this. This just caught my eye, and it was so very interesting.
This is the cargo ships?
Yes, the cargo ships. And I saw this, and this is a heat map of all the cargo ships that are waiting to dock to come into the United States. And there's been many films off the coast of California. Evidently, there's like 70 to 80 of these parked outside of the port of Long Beach. And I looked at this the other day and I thought, this does not look normal. And I know this is not about the audit, but I wanted to just give this to you guys because I've been hearing that Costco is already warning of certain shortages. I've been going into Costco lately, and it's not nearly the inventory that they normally have. And then I saw this, because this is all the goods coming in from China that we buy cheap from China. And I thought, are they keeping these ships from coming into dock and unloading for a reason? Are they trying to create a shortage? I mean, this is me putting my tinfoil hat on, guys. I mean, it's what I do. But I'm like, it doesn't seem like there's a reason for this unless they feel they don't have enough truck drivers to move this.
Yeah, there's a couple different theories out there. One of them is that there's an employment shortage, that they don't have people to offload them. And there's other theories that because of the situation with China right now, that we're not allowing those products, goods, and services off. Other people think that because we're in the Kraken, they need to have this false narrative of us having this shortage. So, and that's where like Economic Ninja's talking about how right now, we're seeing this inflation because of these shortages, but then we're going to have a deflation because the market's going to be flooded with these products.
Right.
later. So I don't know what
Right.
these products are going to smell like once they get here
I
after
know.
they've been sitting here for that long.
I know.
Very interesting, but yeah,
Yeah. And
something's wrong.
so, yeah, something's wrong. But I just wanted you, because I had never seen it presented like that before. And I thought it was really interesting. I was like, wow, I knew there was a lot of ships, but this is extensive and this is radical. So I don't think it's time to like go hoard toilet paper or anything, but I would certainly have and you guys know all this stuff, but it wouldn't hurt to stock up on a few little extra items and have them in, because we just don't know where it's going to present this winter over these shortages. And I won't put anything past them. I just won't put anything past them. So I just wanted to start with that as something a little different. Now, you guys, we're going to go very slowly because we're going to do this show in two, and it goes in progression of the information, Lisa. That's how I sent it to you. So if you can do the number 2 slide, which is a little video. Now, this is all my homegrown video stuff, you guys. So some of these are my pictures that I was just taking when I was there on site, to give you a little feel of like what it was like to be there, be part of history, be part of the fraud, be part of the lies, be part of our constitutional process, and see all this in action. So
this is your own video.
yeah, it says live video audit.
Yeah, I can't play it that way. It's
Oh, is it not letting you open it, Lisa?
well, hold on. Let me try to download it.
Okay.
First.
Yeah, it was from a phone.
For Dropbox.
Oh, why don't you go to Dropbox?
Wait, let me see. It's saying YouTube uploader for down. It's not like something I can just click on.
Right. I know in my email I had to click on it 2 times. There was 2 steps to get it to open and play, and I wasn't sure if you were going to have it
wants me to use like a third-party app.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it, Lisa. It's not worth it. Unless you're feeling adventurous.
Well, let me see if I can get it to work. So
Okay. I could see you've got your IT concentration hat on.
like, let's see. There's something that I know I can make it work. I'm gonna try it.
Okay. If not, I know what it is, and I can tell you, or I could open it on my tablet and put my tablet up to the camera.
Yeah, try that, and then I'll just make your screen bigger.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm going to put this up, you guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see. These are little clips. It was just kind of, oh wow, now it's not letting me open on my phone. Isn't that interesting? Nope, I can't open it now on my tablet. All right. Well, basically what happened was we were taking videos of the crowd that was in the courtyard of the Senate. And there was a lot of really interesting things about FJB going on. A lady was on a megaphone. She was talking about how this Joey has been installed. But the crowd was a very interesting crowd, and it was very, very cool to see it. So we're going to go past that. I'm sorry it couldn't download. Can you go to slide 3, Lisa? And this is just a regular photo of
this we'll be able to see.
Yeah. Now, this right here was, we got there early, and this was the setup for the people that couldn't get inside. In the background, you would have seen the court, and then you would have seen the whole Senate area. But this was this TV thing that they had set up. It was actually quite cool. And those were all the seats for all the people that couldn't get inside the actual Senate chambers. They were broadcasting it live, and I wanted you guys to get a feel of, and they had the American flag up there. So
That's very cool.
I liked that. Yes.
So once it got started, were those seats pretty much full? Like, what was the attendance?
Well, I would say they were not 100% full, because what happened is it got super, super hot with the sun, and people were peeling off in droves. Now, what was interesting was some of the media coverage there. They were only photographing the empty seats.
Oh, how funny.
The cameras, right. So slide 4. Oh, this is good. You'll be able to see if you go to slide 4, Lisa, what was the first video that we couldn't see. And this is the people that were in line to get into the chambers.
So it jumps to pick 5.
You don't have a
I
slide
don't have
4.
an email for slide 4.
Okay, let me just send that to you right
Yeah,
now.
I can
That's
resend that one.
so interesting, how intermittently bad email has been lately. So I just sent that to you, and that'll be easy for you to open.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else is having trouble with emails, but I get emails, I don't get emails. They're sent, they're not sent. It's really
Oh, wow.
weird.
Yeah, you had great attendance.
Yeah. Okay. So the building in the background, this is like the little Senate area, and that's where there were people. People were very, very peaceful. But there was, I mean, these were the Patriots in full force. Now, the other really cool thing was, Lisa, if you go to picture number 5, it says Patriots in full force,
Mm-hmm.
and open up that one. You'll get kind of like an ideal shot of the crowd, but it was really neat because coming from, communist California, you're not really allowed to even have a gun there. And if you are allowed to have a gun in California, you can't keep it loaded. So I don't understand what the point of having a gun is if you can't keep a loaded magazine.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But in this crowd here, this is just a snap picture. This gives you an idea. Many, many people were open carrying, and I thought it was quite cool. And this is just some little shots here of the crowd.
A polite society. What does it say? A polite society is a safe, or an armed society is a polite society.
Yes, an armed society. And these were very, very polite people. Now, if you, Lisa, this is really funny. If you want to jump to slide 6.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Right. So what I did was, when I was there, I walked around, I was just kind of taking in the people and like, what's the sentiment? Are people pissed? What do we have here? Because it's like the whole world was watching this, and people had handmade their own signs and they were putting them up. So I took a couple of pictures, and here was a mother with her baby, and she just made a little sign that said, "Coercion is not consent."
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all know what that pertains to. And I thought that was really well said. Now, Lisa, I'm going to have you.
You have 2 for
7.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Do the first one first, and then.
No. Go to the second one that says "My New Bestie."
Okay.
This one here, I had to take a picture of this guy. This cracked me up.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this guy.
Seems like a reasonable human being.
Exactly. This is how it rolls in Arizona. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there was multiple types of guys like this that were dressed up in like military fatigues, open carrying. I mean, I got to tell you, I just thought it was just, I mean, this is how serious they are here about our rights. I mean, these are patriots of the first order, and they're not messing with anybody.
Well, that's where recently in Oklahoma, Stephanie Bice, who is a Republican congresswoman, she voted for this bill that has where they're drafting our daughters, and for them to allow this emergency situation for them to take our guns away. And I called her out on it on Facebook and on Twitter, tagged her in all of it, and asked for other people to join me. Matt Moore, who's the guy with the crypto show in Tulsa, he shared it and said, we don't need rhinos, the unconstitutional rhinos representing Republicans. And I just will not tolerate that in my state or in my country. And so
right.
It just totally outraged me.
Well, you were going to see a big fight over the Second Amendment, but I'm telling you, here in Arizona, no, it's not going to work.
No,
it's not going to work. So I wanted you guys to see, some of the characters. Now, if you go to slide 7, Lisa,
8, you mean?
No, the first of 7. I sent you 2 sevens.
Okay, hold on, I deleted that one.
That's okay.
It's just
go back
and
if you can
find it.
Yeah, if not, it's no big deal. It was just another picture of I thought it was very interesting, the women that were showing up with their handmade posters. And this was not about the jab. This event was not about that, but there was so much information there, people protesting against the jab. And so I was snapping pictures. Do you want me to resend it to you, Lisa?
I
I
think
can.
this one is it, but I'm not. Yeah,
It's-
here it is.
Okay, it just says slide 7.
Yeah, I got it.
Sorry.
No, it's
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah. And, this was, again, another little, just someone had put this by their chair. And this was the theme here. Very, very peaceful, open carry. But people were very, very, very aware that this was very serious and that our constitutional rights are right on the line right now. I mean, they're right there. They're right there. And we either step up now or we lose them forever. Because if you look at what's going on in Australia, it is like, I feel like I'm watching a dystopian movie when I see the footage of what's coming out of there. I mean, since when is it okay to take a 70-year-old woman and smash her into the cement for not wearing a mask?
No, they're shooting them for their health.
They're shooting them for their health. Exactly. 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 So it was very refreshing and very nice to be here. Now, the next video, Lisa, and I know we're blowing through this quickly, but this is actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have seen this video of Hillary here, but this was a 2018 video clip of her telegraphing. See, they telegraph things in advance. Yeah, if you can get that up, Lisa. There you go. I hate to subject you guys to her, but it's very interesting.
Some tax experts in Silicon Valley with whom I have met who say that maybe what they'll do this next time is to really disrupt the actual election, shut down the servers that you send results to, interfere with the operation of voting booths. Too many of them are on the internet. So we are still very vulnerable.
Yeah, that was in 2018. She talked about that. And that's exactly what they did in Arizona. Everything. Yeah. And I thought that's interesting because they tend to telegraph things before they do them. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting little clip, her out there saying it right in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go, Lisa, to number 9.
It's loading. Just very slow for some reason.
Okay. While this is pulling up, I want you guys to understand that in the presentation on Friday, there was a gentleman, his name is Dr. Shiva. He gave the first hour of testimony for the audit. This gentleman is a 2 or 3 time doctorate graduate from MIT. He's got multiple degrees from MIT. He spent 30 years in like this forensic signature, matching up to see if documents are real. He's highly specialized. He's a world-renowned person who does this type of like finding out if things are documents have been modified electronically. So he spoke for the first hour. This man is articulate. He's educated. After the end of this first portion of the presentation, I was convinced beyond shadow of a doubt, and I went there in with an open mind. I promised myself I was going to be open-minded, that this audit has now proven beyond my mind shadow of a doubt that there is fraud and criminality involved. I wanted to be open-minded going in. Now, in the first part of this, Lisa, if you can pull up this first picture, I don't know if you can move your cursor down, that one right there. The poignant part of Dr. Shiva's, there you go, thank you, sweetie, is he first did the mail-in ballots. He spoke about the mail-in ballots. Where the left box is open, that's a ballot that you get in the mail when you do a mail-in ballot. And then after you do your little voting, you sign it right in that box. Well, what he discovered when he was doing his portion of the audit, that there was thousands of ballots that were certified by Maricopa County as legitimate ballots that were never signed.
Oh.
And he was showing, see this pull up here? He was showing, and where it's redacted, he redacted where they would put the name of the voter. So if you do the math, and he had it all broken down, and you don't have to be a CPA to figure this out, Biden won Maricopa County in a very slim, it was like 10,000 votes or something, very slim. If you just took the votes from this alone and subtracted them, Trump would have won.
Just from the unsigned ballots.
Right. Now understand, and this is the portion that people, when they've said to me, Amy, Biden won, what's your take on it? In a forensic audit, there's groupings of voting types. There's mail-in, there's early voting, there's in-person voting, there was post-election voting. So each one was a standalone category. What I found out was that as they went through each category, they married up what was missing. Like, for example, in the in-person voting, dead people, like to the tune of 20,000, supposedly voted. Now, I don't know, like, how you bring dead people back from the dead to go in and vote.
Yeah.
The other thing is, it was over something like, and don't quote me exactly on the numbers. It's in the report that I'm going to give you guys. All the numbers, you can find them. They've been published a million times, but I'm just giving you general off the cuff. But I want you to understand the principles here so you can talk if someone asks you. Something like 200,000 votes were counted for people that moved out of the state of Arizona that hadn't even lived here for over 2 years. They were, quote, those were counted in the vote as well. Now, here's my problem with Maricopa County. They certified all of these votes from the different categories. Category 1, Category 2. And because of the audit, it was shown beyond a shadow of a doubt that their certification was either criminal, inaccurate at very best, fraudulent, and the routers that they finally got were scrubbed clean of all data, but they were connected to the internet. First of all, being connected to the internet is illegal, and routers hold the data, the Splunk logs, they hold the data, and evidently there's video of people from, let me say this carefully, Dominion, let me say this very carefully, in a conversation, I think with some Maricopa people, about the actual act of scrubbing the routers before they had to finally turn them over. That alone would show criminal intent. Mm-hmm. So as I'm sitting there watching this presentation, it was so evident if you just took one of the categories and took those away from Trump. But here's the most important part I want to leave, Lisa, before we go, because I think we're coming up on a half an hour, yeah? Are we? Yeah, 24
minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Here's something that I really want you guys to understand. I think it's really important. You know, I've been a fan of Karen Fan. She's done an incredible job of this audit. But I think she did a huge injustice. And the reason I believe she did this injustice was I think she was threatened. Before the audit started on that big screen that I was sitting at, she came on and she gave a welcome, like a little welcome before it was turned over to Dr. Shiva to give his first findings. What was really interesting was the night before the audit, there was a leak on social media, Twitter too, of some pictures of the audit that showed a slice of the audit that Biden had won. And in fact, Trump actually got some more votes than was originally counted. That was leaked out the night before. I saw those documents and I said, okay, I'm going to keep cool. I'm going to wait till I go tomorrow and hear the whole report. Karen comes out when she welcomes everyone. Now, meanwhile, everyone is watching. The media is watching. Everyone wants to see, they're like on bated breath, like the first 15 minutes, because after a while, it's such a long presentation. It just goes on, and you're just like, oh, shoot me now. And it's all detailed and very technical, as it should be. So Karen says, this is what she said, and I was so disappointed. She said, I do want to address the document leakage last night as being truthful and accurate. It does show that Biden won. When she said those words, they carried such importance because the media took those words and ran with that information.
Well, it showed that Biden won, but it didn't. It also, it's like it's not a mutually exclusive statement though. It didn't show the fraud.
Yes.
That
and the criminality.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it also, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know exactly what you're saying.
That is a true statement, but it also didn't show that there were more votes for Biden than there were people. It didn't show that these ballots came in without signatures. It didn't show all the other proof of fraud.
Exactly.
It's very strange that she would make that statement.
And this is actually a perfect place, Lisa, for us to kind of like halt the presentation. I sat there and my heart sunk in my, I was like, I can't believe she just said this. My first immediately thought is that, okay, someone came to visit her, the people in the black suits. And I have a feeling that she's compromised or, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
I'm sloppy over here.
Yeah, that's all right. I feel for Karen because she's a very measured woman, extremely professional. But I believe in my heart and heart that there has been what is behind the scenes. She's had to have kind of watered down because, and this is where we're going to end, right after the presentation, she called Attorney General Mike Branovich's office personally and referred the case for criminal and fraud prosecution.
Interesting.
So we're going to leave it with that.
Yeah, that's a great place to
We'll kind of halt there. And Lisa, can you save what's left in your email?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we can just
kind of file and we'll jump off from there and finish that up.
We'll pick it up. And then God knows what will happen between now and next Tuesday. But let's do an interim next Tuesday so we can just, I kind of want to close this up because this has been going on and there's a lot of confusion. People have written to me or called me or tweeted me and said, but Amy, what?
Yeah, because they are definitely sending out, well, with even Karen Fan's own statement. I do want to touch on somebody in the chat mentioned that they're talking about blackouts or cutting off internet or whatever. And there was an article talking about an update on some software coming out. And I'll probably talk with public a little more about that tomorrow on Woo Woo Wednesday. So we'll touch on that. And then I'll be traveling with Ben on Thursday. So we won't have a show Thursday or Friday or Saturday because I will be speaking at the Utah Valley University Bitcoin Tech Summit. Friday, October 1st. So if you're in that area, please grab a ticket. There's a link in the description and join us. Miss Teen Crypto will be there, Bitcoin Ben, me, Mame, Litecoin Leader, and several other people. So another trip and more adoption for crypto. So excited about that. So we'll see you guys next time. Amy, thanks so much.
Sure.
We'll see everybody on the next new normal.